Welcome back to The Mouse and Men, where we explore the grown-up side of Disney. Find us online at themouseandmen.com, on social media at The Mouse and Men, and now on buymeacoffee.com/The Mouse and Men. I am Bradley, coming to you after a kind of an unexpected hiatus. Um, so here's what's going on. Our trip that we had planned didn't happen. Just had some things come up and saw that it wasn't going to be feasible. And so, just honestly having crazy schedule with a couple kids. Um, and I haven't been able to, um, and been able to get an episode out. So I've got a couple things that you'll have over the next couple weeks, but hadn't gotten to those shirts. Um, Still been playing around with them. Just not moving really fast with those shirt designs that I talked about, because what I was missing when I was gearing up for this trip that didn't happen was like those moisture wicking shirts, the athletic shirts, with Disney themed on them. I've got plenty of t-shirts, but Florida, the heat, wouldn't mind something moisture wicking. So still want to work on those, um, and get your thoughts on those, but that'll be coming. Um, the big news about what's coming, Abu Dhabi. It was announced just the other day that Disney would be opening a new park, brand new park, unlike any park we've seen before, in Abu Dhabi, in the United Arab Emirates, not far from Dubai. Um, I don't know a whole lot about this area of the world, truthfully. Um, I know Dubai is quite advanced technologically. Um, it's uh, and Abu Dhabi, I would expect, is not too far off of that, not being too far away. But this park uh, is is going to open early 2030s, sometime in the 2030s. So we've got at least 5 years. Um, I've heard that it was quote unquote talked about for 10 years. Not not sure. Because somebody I was listening to said, okay, if it's been talked about for 10 years, why hasn't it been leaked? Um, I don't know. But Disney is opening another park. I I mean, if you ask me where another park would be built, I would have not guessed Abu Dhabi. But uh, I know a lot of people have said, well, why not open one in Texas? I don't know that Disney's going to open another park stateside. Maybe a fifth gate, as they say, a fifth park in Florida. Um, but I don't know. I don't see the need for it, and I don't know what they do um there. But really excited to see what they do with Abu Dhabi. Um, it would be great to get to a lot of these overseas Disney parks, personally, but I know that's not in the cards currently. Um, but some of the things that they do, that like they think outside the box. I think there's different expectation stateside versus overseas. The stories are different, the culture's different. I think something that they learned from Disneyland Paris, um, Euro Disney, was that they need to take the culture uh, into account when they're building these parks. Um, Hearing stories. If you want to hear some good stories, go find Lee Cockrell. He's got a podcast. He's got a bunch of books. I love his books on customer service, on time management, on management in general. But he helped open Disneyland Paris. He was in charge of food and beverage, and what he found out was the French want wine at every meal. Disneyland, Disney World did not sell alcohol, um, and uh, and, and what they learned was the French locals were very upset about this. So they had to change their policy and find wine immediately. And that was what Lee Cockrell had to do uh, quite quickly off the bat. So um, it's going to be interesting to see what they do because you're over there. You're not far from India, um, Saudi Arabia. I'm thinking that they're going over here because there's a lot of people in that area. There's also a lot of money. Um, and there are a couple other parks. I believe is it Warner Brothers, Universal, um, SeaWorld. I, I can't remember exactly who's over there, but there are other parks that are established. This is going to be near those parks. So some of the risk is already taken out because there are already tourists going there for theme parks. And something that Disney has said is they don't mind the competition in Florida because if you're going down there to go to Universal, your chances are you're still going to go to Disney a little bit. You have a lot more people who go to Disney World and not the other parks down in Central Florida than you do um, customers who go to the other parks and don't set foot on Disney property. Um, Disney Springs is so big that I mean, there's a lot of things to do on Disney property that you don't have to stay or go to the parks there to enjoy mini golf, spas, restaurants, all sorts of things. So, um, Disney is not afraid to go into Abu Dhabi, build this park. Um, and we've got uh, some concept art. The castle looks very different than any castle we've seen before. Um, but I think that's just a nod to the culture, the technological advances there, the artistic architecture style. And so I'm interesting to see what attractions will be placed in this park because we don't know a whole lot yet. It it was just announced kind of out of the blue, and it's what's interesting is it's shying away from the idea that these things get announced at D23, which I've also heard some people upset that they pay this money to go to D23 for announcements like this, and it happens just kind of on a random day in May. Um, so that's a different topic for a different day. But very big news coming out of Disney Camp that Abu Dhabi is going to be the home of the next Disney park. Uh, Maybe one day I'll make it. I'd love to go see all these Disney parks. But for now, I'm going to be finding some magic at home, and I hope you can too. Um, Want to remind you that you can find us online at themouseandmen.com, on social media at the Mouse and Men, and now on buymeacoffee.com/the mouse and men. Go check it out. If you'd like to support us, that'd be great. Buy me a cup of coffee. Um, Buy me a popcorn bucket for my next trip. Um, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. And uh, until we meet in Abu Dhabi, maybe? You don't want to grow up too fast. You gotta keep exploring.